Learn how to select groups of matching elements across a web page with HTML collection. In JavaScript, we know that IDs are very unique. For example, you cannot have something like this, document.getElement.id, and then chain multiple ID like P1, P2. This will not work in JavaScript because of the fact that IDs are unique in JavaScript. But in situations where you need to target multiple elements, how do you do it? Well, you achieve that by using another method called getElements by tagging. And that exactly is what we are going to be considering in this example. So when you want to read the collection of your element count, you use a doesLength property. So we are going to look at how you can target or select multiple elements on a page at the same time and work with them, and how you can also use the length property to get the HTML collection count. So let's dive in. So the first thing I want to do is that I want to make about 3 different paragraphs in my code. So hello, always like this, okay? Then okay. I also want to do Austria. So just some random thing is what I'm just trying to do in my code. So if I come inside, okay, now let's move inside the script section. And like I said, that if you try to do something like this, I say document.getElement by ID, assuming each of these has one ID each. Let's say they have an ID of P2, ID of P1, and finally an ID of P3. Now, in JavaScript, I cannot do something like this. P1, P2, and P3. Prove it to me. Let me show you an example. Is equal to let me say, okay. So let me say I have another variable that stores those things and say results for the variable. I cannot do something like this. It will not work because IDs are very unique. But now in this situation, what am I trying to do? I want to see how I can select all of these elements together at once. And the first thing to do is that I need to gather all those tags together into a list. Gather every single tag into a list. So let me make a variable and call this my collection. And then inside this my collection, then I will use document.getElements by-tag-name. You can see it. And what are those tag name? It's just P. I have 3 P's. 1, 2, and 3. So I'm saying gather all the P elements on my page. And now that I've done that, now it's time for me to read the list. To read the list total counts and print it out. Now, to read this list total count, I need a property called the length property. So the length property is what is going to give me how many numbers of elements are contained in my list that I have, that I have already included on the first part here in the first line that I have above this list. So how do I do that? Well, it's very simple. Just call document.getElement by-ID, and then I'll pass in them, that is this box, and inside it, I'm going to do .inner HTML equals to this document contains plus my collection dot length plus paragraph. And if you look at what we have up to 7 paragraph, of course. And where the 7 paragraph is coming. So every P on this page is being targeted by this get element by tag name. So it's counting this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, even the commented out 6, and okay, I have 2 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you can see that we have a total sum of 7 paragraphs. So prove to you that this is contained. Let me remove it. Oh, that means it's not counting this. But I definitely have one more paragraph doing. So let me check. 1, 2. I have 3. I have 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is the 7th one at the footer. So what am I saying in essence is that you can see that by using the get element by tag name, we're able to select all variants and the same particular elements on the web page, and then we are able to use the length property to count how many total numbers that we have in our code. So this example demonstrates to us how JavaScript gather all the 7 paragraph tags on the page into a single group. It counts them up using the .length property and then print out the total number of 7, as you can see here on my screen. Now, here are a few key takeaways from what we just did here. The get element by tag name returns an HTML collection which gather multiple target elements into a single object. 2, use the length property to dynamically count how many elements are currently inside that collection. And finally, individual elements inside the collection are isolated using index brackets starting from 0. So it starts counting from 0 until it reaches the end of the counting. So when you have multiple elements and you want to target them in your application or on a web page, you can use the get element by tag name to target all those elements.